It looks like BC is the first to make some serious changes to vaping regulations, but what does this mean for consumers and shop owners? How's it going, everybody? Cam from Flamingo here to bring you the latest news for vaping in Canada. BC is taking a stand on vaping and they're putting in some stricter regulations to help curb teen vaping. And as bad as this may sound, this is actually going to be a pretty positive video because there's some positive news. So let me tell you what they didn't do, and that's banning flavors. This is a pretty huge deal, and that's the first thing I expected to read when I heard about new regulations happening in BC. So luckily, all the shops in BC are going to be able to keep on operating as they always have been. Well, pretty much the same, but we'll go over that in just a moment. So actually, speaking on flavor, I actually just started switching to the Nautilus mesh coil in my .aio, and holy crap, this thing changed my life. I actually just posted a review all about this thing and the Aspire Mulus, so go click that card in the corner, you can go watch the whole review. Definitely recommend doing this. I should say, wait till after this video to go watch that one, but I definitely recommend it. But what did they do? So BC actually followed in the UK's footstep by setting a maximum cap of the amount of nicotine that can be sold in a vaping product, and that's 20 milligrams per milliliters. So for all you 50 nic fiends out there, it's time to start cutting back, because this is more than likely going to start sweeping across Canada. So while this may upset some of you, this is something I'm extremely happy about because I honestly believe that the cap was set way too high. 50, 60, 66 milligrams? That's just insane. Especially when it comes to salt nicotine, nobody needs strengths that are going that high. It's actually more nicotine than you'd be getting in a cigarette. After all, the whole point of vaping nicotine is to lower your levels. But what else did they do? They actually decided to impose a plain packaging law on all vape liquids? I'm not really sure if this is going to affect vape devices, as we already have a lot of regulations on not being able to have characters on them, animals, etc., so they have gotten pretty darn plain. There is one big problem that I do see with plain packaging, and that is the potential that counterfeits could start popping up. As long as shops are going to reputable distributors, this shouldn't be an issue whatsoever. I definitely hope that this change doesn't make it to Manitoba, as we do have some really nice looking bottles that I would be kind of sad to see missing on our shelves. End of the day, labels are mainly just for decoration, but at least we get to keep our flavors. The one big downside is definitely going to be for the shop employees, because it's going to make finding flavors a lot more difficult on the walls. Now, one of the last big changes that they made is definitely not the most fun thing for consumers. But of course, at Flamingo, we figured out a solution for this. So the government being who they are, they always want to get more and more money to waste on who knows what. And if you know anything about British Columbia, you know that it is extremely expensive to live there. But I have a solution. So what they actually did was increase the provincial sales tax from 7% to 20% on all vaping products. But don't click away. I know this is terrible to hear and you don't want to pay even more taxes, but we do have a solution. Because if you place an order on flamingovape.com and use the code BCTAX, you'll actually get 20% off your order. So if you want to stick it to the government, you can use code BCTAX from now until December 2nd, which is Cyber Monday, for 20% off your entire order. And not to mention, you can actually get free shipping on all orders that are $35 and over. If you guys like these discounts, make sure to leave a like on the video, and if you haven't already, click subscribe. That way you'll know every time we post a brand new coupon code. So I keep talking about flavors, and why is that? Well, they actually want to completely restrict the sale of flavored vaping products to vape shops. They want to make sure that flavors are only able to be purchased in an age-restricted environments, not convenience stores or gas stations like they have been. Now this would be a huge win, and not because shops want to make more money off flavored vapes, but this means that minors aren't going to be able to get their grubby little hands on these flavored vape products because these greasy gas stations are just selling to minors. The last thing the vape community wants is more minors starting to vape, because that just means more controversy on our end. Heck, even look at this shop owner from BC.
I welcome those changes as far as getting it out of the convenience stores and things like that, because I don't think they really check ID and they don't really do what the law is supposed to be telling them to do.
Now, if you ask me, they should completely ban the sale of vapor products in convenience stores and gas stations, but if we just restrict them to only selling tobacco flavor, I think that's okay. We only want them to be completely banned from convenience stores because those people aren't educated and are not able to give customers the proper information on these products. Honestly, I'm shook. I didn't think that the government would end up making such good regulations. Now, yeah, the taxes suck and the plain packaging isn't great, but well, this is still a win for us. As long as we're able to keep our flavors and shops are able to operate like they always have been, then I think this is a huge win for the industry. Now, I know a lot of people aren't going to be too happy to hear about this maximum nicotine cap, but if you ask me, this is a very good change. People are actually getting more than a cigarette's worth of nicotine out of their vaporizers, especially with these juices that were going from 40, 50, even 60 milligrams. I just really hope this doesn't start a nicotine black market, because that's just getting ridiculous. But I really want to hear what you guys have to think about these new changes in the regulations. Do you think this 20 milligram cap is a good idea? Do you guys think plain packaging is a good idea? And I think we all agree that the taxes are a little bit crazy. But at the end of the day, that's still going to be cheaper than smoking cigarettes. I want to thank you guys for watching this news update, and of course don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell below. That way you're going to be notified every time we post a brand new video. And of course, if you want to see even more content from Flamingo, don't forget to follow us on our social media pages. I'm going to leave all the links in the description down below. My name's Cam from Flamingo, and I'll see you in the next video.